Hey everybody, welcome to our All Heat team call. It is Tuesday night, September 20 something. September 26th, 24th. Thank you, Lisa. 24th? Yay, September 24th. So welcome to the call. I'm really excited for this call tonight because we had an opportunity to see Jennifer in Leavenworth and she was absolutely fabulous. And she's a senior sales coordinator just inches away from QNMD, and I know she's going to make it, especially using the techniques that she's going to talk about tonight. For those of you that don't know me, Chris and I and the rest of the Heat team sponsor this call every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Chris and I have been with the Juice Plus Company longer than it was the Juice Plus Company. We've been with them 29 years, and we've had just a fabulous time not only making relationships, but creating a lifestyle that we really thought was beyond what we ever expected. And not only to have a lifestyle the way we've had, but hi Madeline, but also to have the kind of health we've had for the last 29 years, to live a really vibrant, fit life in a community that's like none other. And so tonight we're going to hear from Jennifer. And you know, Jennifer and I only met, and I don't think we've ever met before. If we have, it's been for a really short period of time. And I was really taken with her presentation in Leavenworth, and I knew that all of you would be. So let me tell you a little bit about Jennifer. She's a mom, she's a wife, she's a lover of the bubbly. I'm assuming that only can be champagne.
Of course.
Of course. How about bubble baths?
Bubble baths, San Pellegrino, kombucha, everything bubbly.
Everything bubbly. A little Prosecco thrown in there. All sounds really good. She's a bit of a science geek. She calls herself a health food agent, and she's also a boss babe. And so, Jennifer, I am hoping that tonight you will be willing to, you look beautiful, nice and big, right? I'm hoping that you will share your personal story, your product, and a little bit about your business, and then we'll jump right in. So I'm turning this call over to you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. When Nikki reached out to me to share my presentation, I was so honored because, as you guys all know, they are such big leaders in our company and what they've been able to do. So I'm so excited to share with you what I have been learning in the last year, or actually what I learned a year ago. But before I do want to share my story. So I've been part of the Juice Plus community in some fashion for over 9 years. And it was really the health that got me started. I went from having a really frustrating pregnancy where I gained too much weight and was anemic and all the things that are, you know, normal, but they're not supposed to be, to a second pregnancy that was vibrant and healthy with energy, and a postpartum experience that I didn't even really know existed. And that was my first clue that I had something real here. I also went from that person that would set their alarm clock early. Who's the snooze button presser? Or maybe they used to be. I would press the snooze button 4 or 5 times before I could drag myself out of bed for work. But now, especially because of the Shred 10 program, I wake up before my alarm goes off. And that's unbelievable. I didn't know that you could have that kind of energy after having such a deep night's sleep. And I don't know if, I'm guessing most of you on this call are women. I didn't get to see everyone, but there's been a lot of buzz about gut health and hormone health around what we've got going on with Juice Plus. And I'll just say that I had debilitating monthly cycles until I started going on Juice Plus and doing the shred, to the point where I would miss work, I would miss school, I would miss out on my.
Are you there? We got a little, you're frozen all of a sudden. Let's see, Joni.
And yes, I went from having that post-baby 3 years more, and just the confidence that comes. Oh, did you lose me?
Just for a second. We lost you.
Okay.
But you're back. It's all good.
I'm back. Okay. I don't know where you lost me, but I'll just say that I've been able to go back to where I was pre-baby using the Shred 10 program, and it was healthy, whereas a lot of the things I had tried before were not so healthy. And even more, which warms my heart, I've been able to model all of this for my kids. My kids are almost 9 and 11, and being able to model it for my husband is huge. And they rarely get sick. They never miss school. My husband's been able to go off his blood pressure medication. They pretty much eat anything I put in front of them, which was not the case before. So being able to experience that has been huge. In that time, I was able to see what this business could do. I was that mom that I'm a biologist. I did cancer research for a lot of years, so I'm a big science geek. And I was tired of it. And I had kids and I didn't want to leave them anymore. And when this franchise opportunity really fell into my lap, I was looking for something, but this is what found me. And I had no idea what it was going to turn into. I had no idea it was going to give me this freedom to be able to be a mom and be a wife and do what I want to do while earning money on a part-time basis. And very quickly, when I signed up with this company, it'll be 9 years this January, I was able to cover the cost of the product. And then I was able to come home from that part-time job. And then after that, I was able to do things like enrich our lives, get a house cleaner, be able to pay rent on our rental house while we built the house I'm in now, and be able to, I just recently was able to buy a really nice SUV for my family, all with Juice Plus money. So to say that this has changed my life is a complete understatement, especially because it's also changed my kids, my husband, other family, and even my community. And so I'm incredibly grateful to the person who shared with me. So I just want to encourage you that while you're listening to what I'm going to say tonight, you would be encouraged to share with others, because you just don't know who that person is that waited 3 years to try the product and then a whole another year to join the business, what it's going to bring to their life. So just keep shining on those people. So with that, I am going to share my screen here. And let's see. Oh, there's my bio. All right. Can you guys see this?
It's coming. There we go.
There?
Bio.
There. Okay, great. Okay, so this funnel training is all about building your business. And I love this graphic. And if you're on the phone and you can't see this, I hope you're able to watch the recording later. It's very visual presentation. The funnel that I'm going to go over is gold. And I don't know where you're going to land if you're a numbers person, not a numbers person, if you're a beginner in the business or you've been around a long time. There's something you can take from this. But if you end up looking like Woody here at the end, where you're just a little overwhelmed and it's a lot of numbers coming at you, just know this recording's here for you and take what you can from it, because there's something here for everyone. If you were like me, when I heard Brian Marsh do this training almost a year ago at Fall Conference last year, I was like Buzz Lightyear. I was like, oh my gosh, I can do this. Like, this makes sense to me. It breaks it down very simply on what I need to do on a daily basis to be able to build this business and make money. So I want to go into this. So one thing that I want to say is you want to be consistently putting people in this funnel. And I'm going to keep this funnel up the whole time we go. I'm going to give an abridged version of Brian Marsh's talk. If you want to see the full length, if you go to YouTube and just type in Brian Marsh funnel, you'll be able to watch his whole training. And he goes really in depth in certain areas of this that I'm just going to skim over tonight for time purposes. But who is here, and you can raise your hand, who is here because you want to help more people than the people you just currently know? I know that was me. And so that means you have to consistently be putting people into this funnel. And you can do that two ways. One, you can go out and meet people one-on-one at parties and throw parties, and you can influence them and you can bring them onto your business. And that's awesome. That's part of the way we build this business. However, you also have the ability to leverage this. And if you bring someone on your team, and then you get access to every single person they know. So through one person, you can grow your business.
So Jennifer, can you hear me? Because you are frozen again. And you ended with, if you're one person. Can you hear me, Jennifer? You are frozen. Hello? Uh-oh. Let's see. Jennifer? Let's see. I'll do a chat. Let's see. I think we've lost her altogether. Let's go back to gallery view. Let's see if we can see her in the gallery.
Okay.
Oh, there you
are.
Okay.
I apologize. I have no idea what happened.
So we asked you you said if you're just one person, and that's where we were pretty kind of just starting really the funnel.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So if you go, was I talking about leveraging by adding people to your team?
Yeah.
Did you hear that part?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just go to my next point. Most people do this business because they want to share and love on people and help people get healthy, but they also wouldn't do it if they weren't making a paycheck. So we're going to talk about also how to maximize your paycheck in this model. And one thing you need to know is that if you have someone joining your business, you need to know how what you have is going to solve their problem, whether it's health, community, or finances. Most of us know and have a lot of resources on how to tell people how this is going to help with their health. We have a lot of videos and about that. We also can show people our community really quickly by just bringing them to our events, right? But sharing with people how this business can financially change them on a level that makes sense and they know exactly what to do, that was a sticking point for me. And I think that's why this presentation was opened my eyes and made so much sense to me. Okay, so we're going to get into this. My question to you is, do you know how, if you have a friend that's like, I need to make $1,000 a month or this isn't going to be worth it, do you know how to share with them exactly what they need to do to make $1,000 a month? Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about. All right, we're going to talk all about the clubs, because this is when you build clubs into your business. This is where that stability and that residual income comes from. So if you're brand new, and I do realize that the marketing plan is going to be changing a little bit, but the general ideas behind this still hold true. In our marketing plan right now, when you hit the virtual franchisee level, that you do your 2,000 plus, let's say, you then have the ability to be qualified for your performance bonus, that 5% performance bonus. So that we call that being qualified, and then you're also a club. If you are self-qualified, where you are having 1,000 PVC a month through your business, so everything that we sell has a purchase volume credit associated with it, or PVC. And when that volume gets up to 1,000, you are considered to be qualified, have a qualified business, and you are a club. So when you're qualified, you're making between $400 and $500 a month, again, depending on how you're qualified, if you're self-qualified or if you have other people on your team that are helping you. And if this is confusing, please ask your upline to explain it a little bit in depth. But you're making around $400 to $500 a month. And that's a lot. That's a part of a car payment or a part of a mortgage, or it's shoe money if you like to shop at Nordstrom like I do. It's having that come in every month is a big part of people's income. So let's see. If you were to keep growing and you were to bring people on your team and you become a 3 club, so that means you have 3 people that you have brought on as a business partner, as a reps on your team, and they've each gotten to at least VF level and qualified their business, you're going to be making around $1,000 a month. Okay, so that's that number we were talking about earlier that your friend said they needed to make this business worth it, is $1,000 a month. But you don't have to stop there. And I'm just going to go through club levels and show you what's possible. If you're an 8 club, so you have 8 clubs underneath you, whether they're frontline to you or maybe they're down from one of your original qualifiers, that counts. Make $2,000 a month. A 12 club, you're making around $3,300 a month. 24 club, the average is $5,500 a month. And 39 club, the average is $10,000 a month. We are at that 6-figure income from helping 39 people in your downline get qualified businesses. That is unbelievable to me. So one thing that I want to keep in mind as we're going through this as well is that 1 in 5 reps will do something. This is what Brian Marsh said. He said 1 in 5 reps that you bring on your team is going to do something. And what that means is they're going to get to VF and become qualified, or have the chance to get qualified. So that's something I want you to remember. All right, back to the funnel. So how many people do we need to talk to find those qualifiers, right? If your friend says, I want to make $1,000 a month, we know we need to get that person to 3 club. So how do we tell her how to do that, right? How do we tell her to do that? So we're going to start at the bottom of this funnel, and we're going to kind of work our way up. And you'll see a trend that at each level, if you were to go from the top down, you're going to lose about 50% of your numbers. So hopefully you're able to go back and rewatch this and take notes. All right. If you want 2 people to start a month, how many of you guys would love 2 new reps a month? Oh my gosh, 2 new reps a month, that's 24 reps a year. That is unbelievable. If you get 2 people a month, so here's how you do that. You need 4 people to say they want to get started. And then only 2 of them actually will. I know we've all had the experience where someone says they're going to do something and then they just kind of peter off the other end. So the statistic is if you get 4 people that say, yeah, I totally want to do this business, half of them will actually sign up, start, and go down that path. In order to get 4 people to say they want to get started, you need 8 people that are going to get some kind of third-party validation in a three-way call or some sort of connection, whether it's on Zoom or in person, or even a three-way messenger chat or a text chat where people can use their voice or Voxer. That all counts to get that third-party validation in there where someone can cast vision, and they can tell their story, and someone can really see that this business is more than just you. And in order to get 8 people to say yes to that, you need to ask 16 people to do that, right? 16 people to take a closer look and maybe hear someone else's story. So in order to get those 16 people to ask, you need to be inviting 32 people to events. Now, I look at an event as anything where information is shared. So that could be they come to a salad and jar party, they come to a wine and wellness party. We do these Taco Tuesday nights. Maybe they come to a Healthy Living Revolution event, or they just watch a video. You send them the Shred 10 video, let's say, and they watch that. They are getting a picture, or they're looking at Freedom Revolution, whatever they're asking to do, they're looking at some kind of information that's going to give them a next step into what this business does. All right. And then follow-up is in there because it's not really a step as much as it is in every single one of these. It's just a reminder you have to follow up with people a lot. All right. So to get 32 people that you're asking to events, you need to start 64 conversations. All right. So 64 conversations you're starting in order to get 32 people that you're going to be inviting into some kind of event. Now, Brian Marsh does this thing where he rounds up because he doesn't like the number 64. I don't really know why, but he likes to round up to 80. Now, I don't know, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me why he rounds from 64 to 80, but that's just his number. But it does make sense why he goes with starting 80 conversations a month. And the reason is because it breaks down really nice. So 80 conversations a month to me at first sounded like a lot. But when I started to think about it, if I am doing one like 4-week month, and that's 20 conversations a week, which then if you're a Monday through Friday worker like I am, that's only 4 conversations you're starting a day. And when he said that, it was a huge light bulb moment to me. I was like, 4 conversations a day? I can start 4 conversations a day. That's 4. Like I can do that. That's even, I've got 2 kids and we're busy, but I can start 4 conversations a day. That I can do. Then the other thing he said was, remember, if you have 2 people saying yes every month, how many no's are you going to hear? I'm like, okay, 80 minus 2. Even I can do that math. 78 no's. 78 no's. And I remember thinking, if I let 1 or 2 of those no's derail me before I get to those yeses, I might not get to those yeses that month. And it really gave me some perspective on how I feel when someone says no or not yet, and maybe they stall out in the funnel around the curiosity level or the event level. That's okay, because those no's are a huge asset. They're going to be watching you, right? They're going to be watching you on social media. They're going to be watching you at your church or at the gym or at the club that you're a part of or in your neighborhood. They're going to be watching your lifestyle, and they are going to become more and more curious, and you're going to have the open door to be able to share with them again. One thing also to remember is not everyone comes out of the funnel the same month you put them in. So you might start a conversation with someone in September, and they might not come out of the funnel until February or March. I don't know how long. Think about how long it took you to come out of someone's funnel. It took me 3 years. And so am I willing to follow up and love and shine on someone for 3 years to get someone like me in my business? Oh, yes, I am. And so I always keep that in mind, because those hidden gold nuggets are out there, and you just have to keep unearthing and keep loving and shining on them until they come to the top and come out of the funnel. All right, so here's where we get to the exciting part. Do you remember when I said that 1 in 5 reps are going to do something? Okay, so we're going to get down to the math. How many months of consistent activity would you need to do, putting people into your funnel and doing all those steps, for you to build a 3 club? Remember, we're trying to get to that $1,000 a month. We're trying to show someone, here's how you make $1,000 a month. Well, if you have 2 new reps starting every month, and one of them is going to get to VF and get qualified on average, how many months do you need? Right? You need 3 months. So 3 months of consistent effort is going to start netting you 2 reps or it's going to start netting you 1 qualifier, which means within a year, you could be a 4 club minimally, right? You could be a 4 club. And at $1,000 a month, This, I will just be honest with you, at a 3 club, I was making more than this. And so this is like a minimum, depending on how your business is structured, if you're self-qualified, all of those things. This I really look at as being kind of the minimum. Usually if you're an SC and self-qualified, you're making close to this anyway, if you have people on your team that are working. So making this much, you might even get there before someone gets to 3 club, which is really exciting. So that is how you can show someone how they can make $1,000 a month, just by putting people in their funnel, having events, doing good follow-up, and inviting to those events. So what's next? What's next is you have to do your thing, right? You have to be bold. You have to be brave. You have to be willing to not be sidelined by those 78 not yets to get to those 2 yeses. And you have to keep going, and you have to be consistent. You can't do this for 1 month and then be like, oh, it didn't work. Sorry, I'm giving up. You can't do that. You have to be consistent month after month after month. And then you'll start to see the numbers roll in. I'm sure a lot of you have heard that what you do in your business this month shows up in your paycheck 2 and 3 months later. This is exactly why this model, that's why this works. And then you need to also be out there inspiring healthy living around the world. We are definitely recruiting into our business, but we do that by showing people how effective what we have works, why Juice Plus works, why Shred 10 works. We live it and we share it. That's what we do. And then this is the part of my live presentation where a really big song comes on. I start throwing money into the crowd, because when you do these things consistently, you're going to make money. Your paycheck will start to increase, and it increases because you're helping other people get healthier and build their own businesses. So that is what I wanted to share with you all.
Okay, you just froze again. Oh my gosh, we
have a little.
Are you there, Jennifer? God, we got the best of the best, right? Everybody, hopefully she'll come back. That was amazing. Maybe she'll come back. And can you believe she just disappeared right at the end like that? This is just an awesome, awesome training. So before we leave, hopefully.
Can we ask her a question? When she comes back, she'll come back.
Oh, there she is.
There she is.
Spotlight her. Yes, and I was just going to say, if you've got a question, just unmute yourself and ask.
Hi, Jennifer. This is awesome. I think people grossly underestimate how many people they need, right, to get to where they want. How do you manage the people in your funnel?
Oh, well, I love TeamZ. I didn't really bring it up because I don't know how I functioned before TeamZ. But if you're not doing TeamZ, just do it. Just do it. There are so many training videos out there on it. You can just Google, Juice Plus TeamZ, and about 15 different NMDs calls will come up. And they're about an hour and a half. Just watch them. And you can try it out 30 days for free, and it's just, TeamZ. I cannot say enough about that, because there's no way to manage that amount of conversations and when you need to follow up with people without it.
Great question, Lisa, because we need to know that, right? You can put that funnel together, but if you don't do the follow-up, it's useless. The funnel is just going to get stopped up at the bottom, and all those people are going to be flapping around inside it. Nobody's going to come out the other side. That's a horrible vision. Okay, anybody else have any questions? Anybody else have any questions? Just unmute yourself and ask. Wow. So it looks like you've just done an amazing job, Jennifer. I know that people are going to go back and rewatch this. It was really fun to hear again. But the numbers that really come forward to me is talk to 80 people a month to get your 2. Like, talk to 80 to get your 2. And know that 78 are going to be stuck in the funnel somewhere. Maybe they'll come out a year later on the other end. Who knows? So just want to, if all of you would go ahead. No other questions. We're good to go. That was so great, Jennifer. It was just as great here as it was in person. And I'm so glad we did it. I know you got a big thumbs up from everybody. So if all of you would simply unmute yourselves and just give Jennifer a really big heat thank you, because she deserves it. And that's going to be something we're going to go back and watch.
Jennifer, you're a great trainer. Great trainer.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Woohoo!
It was awesome.
I enjoyed it thoroughly myself too.